I never believed happiness could feel this quiet until Christmas Eve found me sitting on the floor of our tiny apartment, untangling cheap lights while Emma laughed from the couch. "Careful," she said. "If you break them, we're stuck with candles." "I'm not breaking anything," I said. "These lights and I have an understanding." She smiled, and that smile still felt like home. I told myself I was lucky. I told myself I had won at life. "We're really doing this," I said. "Tree, dinner, movies. No drama." "That's the plan," Emma replied, but her eyes stayed on her phone longer than usual. I ignored it. I always ignored small things with her, because love made me brave and stupid at the same time. The apartment smelled like instant noodles and pine spray. The tree leaned slightly to the left, but I liked it that way. It felt honest. "I was thinking," I said, sitting beside her, "next year, we should get a real tree." She shrugged. "Maybe." That single word scratched something inside me. "Maybe?" I laughed. "You hate maybes." She finally looked at me. "I'm just tired." I nodded too fast. "Yeah, work's been rough." She went quiet again, scrolling, thumbs moving fast, like she was racing someone I couldn't see. My phone buzzed. "Daniel, speaker?" Emma asked. "Always," I said. Daniel's voice filled the room. "Christmas Eve, boys? Don't tell me you forgot about tomorrow." "I didn't forget," I said. "I just stopped stressing." "That's new," he laughed. "You good, Emma?" "I'm fine," she said quickly. Too quickly. "Cool," Daniel replied. "I'll swing by later with drinks." "Perfect," I said. "Family tradition." After the call, silence stretched between us. I reached for her hand. She let me hold it, but her fingers stayed stiff. "You okay?" I asked softly. "I said I'm fine," she replied, pulling away. "Can we not do this tonight?" "Do what?" "This," she said, waving between us. "The heavy talks?" I forced a smile. "Sure, no heavy talks." Inside, my chest felt crowded. I stood and grabbed a small box from the drawer, just to feel it there. I wasn't ready. Not tonight. But soon, Emma watched me. "What's that?" "Nothing," I said too fast. "Just old stuff." She nodded, but her gaze drifted back to her phone. I sat beside the tree, staring at the crooked star on top. Something was wrong. I felt it in the pauses, in the distance, in the way her laugh didn't reach me anymore. Still, I told myself love meant trust. I told myself Christmas Eve wasn't the night for doubt. I told myself everything was fine. I was wrong. Daniel texted again. "You coming over tomorrow or what?" "Yeah," I typed, glancing at Emma. "We'll be there." She didn't react. "You still love me, right?" I asked, half joking. She hesitated. "Of course." That pause was loud. I laughed it off, stood up and raised a mug. "To us. To boring Christmases." She clinked her cup late. "To us." I believed that sound meant forever. I didn't know I was memorizing her face, her voice, the space between us. Like my heart was preparing for loss while my mind kept lying. Insisting love was enough to save everything before the night finally fell apart completely. I woke up to silence, the kind that feels wrong before your eyes even open. I reached for Emma out of habit, my hand landing on cold sheets. "Emma?" I said. Nothing answered me. I sat up fast. Her side of the bed was empty. No phone, no jacket. No noise from the kitchen. My heart started beating too hard. "Okay," I whispered. "Okay." I grabbed my phone. One message, from her. I opened it. "I'm leaving. I need something better. Please don't look for me." That was it. "No," I said out loud. "No, no, no." My hands started shaking so badly I almost dropped the phone. I called her, straight to voicemail. I tried again. Blocked. Instagram. Blocked. WhatsApp. Blocked. I laughed once, sharp and broken. "This isn't funny, Emma." The apartment looked smaller than yesterday. The tree lights were still on, blinking like idiots. Outside, someone laughed. Somewhere, a kid shouted about presents. I walked into the living room. Her shoes were gone. Her bag was gone. Her mug sat on the table like she planned to come back. Did I say something? I asked the empty room. Was it last night? Was it the stupid joke? I replayed everything. Her pause. Her phone. That hesitation when I asked if she loved me. I sank onto the couch and pressed my palms into my eyes. "I can fix this," I muttered. "I just need to talk to you." I called Daniel. "Hey, man," he answered, cheerful. "Mary, she's gone," I said, silence. "Then, what do you mean, gone?" "She left," I said. "She texted me. That's it. That's crazy, he said. Maybe she needs space. She blocked me, I said, everywhere. Another pause. I'm sure there's an explanation. I hung up without replying. I stood up and walked to the drawer. I pulled out the small box. My hands wouldn't stop shaking as I opened it. The ring caught the light from the tree. I dropped to the floor. Something better, I repeated. I was never enough. I hugged my knees and stared at the door, half expecting her to walk back in and say this was a mistake. She didn single quotes T. Outside, car doors slammed, music played. Christmas lived on without me. I sat there longer, listening to my breathing. You promised, I said. You promised me Christmas. I checked the time again like minutes might change facts. My phone stayed dead. I typed a message I never sent. Tell me what I did. I deleted it. I stood, paced, sat again. I would have changed, I said. I would have tried harder. The clock ticked loud. I felt stupid begging air. I pressed my forehead to the floor and laughed once more, softer this time. This is real, I told myself. She chose to leave, saying it hurt more than reading it. I waited for anger, but only cold came. Stand up, I told myself. Breathe. I did neither. The morning felt endless, and I felt smaller than the room. I stayed down because moving scared me then. I picked up the wrapped gift with her name written in my handwriting. I pressed it to my chest and felt something tear inside. I loved you, I whispered. The apartment didn't answer. Nothing ever would again. I found out by accident, which somehow made it worse. I wasn't searching for answers. I was just scrolling, killing time, pretending I wasn't broken. Then I saw her face. Emma? I whispered. My thumb froze. The photo loaded slowly, like it wanted to hurt me on purpose. She was smiling. Not the polite smile she gave strangers. The real one. The one I thought belonged to me. And then I saw him. No. Daniel's arm was around her waist. My best friend. My brother and everything but blood. I felt sick. My stomach twisted hard, and I had to lean over the sink. I trusted you, I said to the empty kitchen. Both of you, another photo. Them laughing, another, them sitting close. Dates in the corner told a clear story. Weeks. Maybe months. I remember Daniel saying, "She loves you, man. Don't overthink it." I remembered him telling me Emma would never cheat. She's not like that. I laughed, sharp and ugly. You coached me. My hands shook as I scrolled. Each image burned. Each smile humiliated me. I imagined them talking about me. I imagined jokes. I imagined secrets shared while I slept in the same bed as lies. My phone buzzed. A message from Lisa Moore. "Hey, are you okay?" I stared at it. Lisa was Emma's coworker. We'd spoken maybe twice. "I'm fine," I typed. "Why?" 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. "I didn't know how to say this," she wrote. "I thought you already knew?" "Knew what?" "Say what?" I asked. Another pause. "Emma and Daniel?" "It's been a thing. I assumed you were aware." My chest felt hollow. "How long?" I typed. "I don't know exactly," Lisa replied. "Before Christmas. I'm sorry. I really thought you were okay with it." I dropped the phone. "So I'm the only fool," I said. I sat on the floor and pressed my palms into my face. Memories attacked me. Daniel sitting on my couch, Emma texting late at night. Their eyes avoiding mine. How did I miss this? I asked myself. What kind of man misses this? I didn't confront them. I couldn't. Not yet. My pride was bleeding too badly. I questioned everything, my judgment, my strength, my worth. Was I boring? I asked the room. Too soft? Too easy? The photos replayed in my head. Not just love, planning, timing, secrecy. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't sudden. This was deliberate. I stood slowly, my legs weak. You didn't just leave me, I said aloud. You replaced me. The betrayal finally had a face, and it was smiling back at me. I stopped checking the calendar because days didn't matter anymore. Morning felt the same as night. I woke up tired and stayed tired. My phone buzzed again. Please pick up, Sarah said in a voicemail. I'm really worried. I didn't call back. I lay on the couch staring at the ceiling. Christmas morning replayed like a broken video. The cold bed, the message, the word better. Get up, I whispered. Just get up. IDN single quotes T. My manager called later. You missed another shift, he said. What's going on? I'm sick, I said. You've been sick all week, he replied. I'll come tomorrow, I promised. You said that yesterday, he said. We need someone dependable. I understand, I said, even though I didn't care. 2 days later, he called again. We're letting you go. Okay, I said. After that, silence felt official. I stopped answering Sarah completely. I watched her name light up my phone and fade away. She stopped eventually, I muttered. The apartment felt hollow. Every corner held a memory. She laughed here, I said, touching the couch. You promised me forever right here. I talked to the walls because they didn't interrupt. At night, I argued with ghosts. Why him? I asked. Was I that easy to replace? No answer ever came. I imagined confronting them. I pictured myself yelling at Daniel. I'd pictured Emma crying. You wouldn't win, I told myself. You just look small. So I stayed silent. Days passed without shape. I ate when my stomach hurt. I slept when exhaustion forced me. I didn't cry loudly. I just faded. You're disappearing, I whispered one afternoon. I went into the bathroom and flicked on the light. The mirror caught me off guard. Who are you? I asked the man staring back. My eyes looked dull, my face looked thinner. My shoulders curved inward like I was apologizing for existing. This isn't you, I said, leaning closer. My phone buzzed again. Sarah. I can't do this, I muttered, watching it stop ringing. I pressed my hands against the sink. You let them do this, I told my reflection. You helped. For the first time, anger stirred, quiet but sharp. I won't stay here, I said softly. The words felt strange but true. I stood there breathing, studying the stranger in the mirror. I don't recognize you, I said, and that scares me. Something shifted inside my chest, not hope, not strength, just refusal. I can't stay like this forever, I said. I turned off the light and walked back into the living room. The silence followed, but it didn't feel final anymore. I sat on the floor and whispered, tomorrow I'll do one thing. The promise was small, but it existed. I lay back and closed my eyes, holding on to that thought. Rock bottom wasn't loud. It was quiet enough to trap me. But quiet enough to hear myself think. I woke up before the alarm for the first time in weeks. The room felt the same, but something inside me didn't. Get up, I told myself. Today you choose. I sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the floor. My phone lay face down. Don't check, I said. You already know what's there. I stood, washed my face, and looked at myself again. No begging, I said. No chasing. My phone buzzed anyway. A message from an unknown number. Can we talk? Emma wrote. I stared at it. No, I whispered, then typed nothing. I deleted the thread. My hands shook, but I felt taller. I scrolled and found Mark Reynolds' name. I hadn't spoken to him in over a year. This is stupid, I muttered. Then I called. Hello? He answered. Mark, it's me, I said. I know it's been a while. Damn, he said. You okay? I'd been better, I replied. You still hiring? He paused. You serious? I am, I said. I need work. I can meet you today, he said. Coffee. Noon. I'll be there, I replied. After the call, I exhaled slowly. Step 1, I told myself. At the cafe. Mark studied me. You look different, he said. Life did that, I replied. You want honesty? He asked. You disappeared, he said. People don't trust that. I know, I said. I won't disappear again. He nodded. I can give you a trial. It's not glamorous. I don't need glamorous, I said. I need stability. He smiled. That's the right answer. When I left, my phone buzzed again. Daniel this time. Man, we should talk. His message read. I laughed once. No, we shouldn't. I blocked his number. Rule 1, I said quietly. No contact. I walked home feeling lighter and heavier at the same time. At the apartment, I sat down and spoke out loud. I'm not here to destroy them, I said. I'm here to rebuild me. Anger tried to rise. Images of them together flashed. I could expose you, I said. I could scream. I shook my head. But that keeps me small. I opened my notebook and wrote, Money matters. I read aloud. Strength matters. Control matters. I underlined control. This is how I win, I said. By not losing myself. My phone buzzed again. Sarah. Hey, I answered. Finally, she said. Are you okay? I'm not, I said. But I will be. She paused. What changed? I chose, I replied. She exhaled. I'm proud of you. After the call, I sat in silence that didn't suffocate me. I won't explain myself, I said. I won't prove my pain. I stood and looked around the apartment. This ends now, I told the walls. I made a list on my phone. No contact. No emotional weakness. No explaining myself to betrayers. I stared at the screen. This is the line, I said. They don't cross it. I lay back on the couch, staring at the ceiling again, but this time my chest felt steady. Let them remember me however they want, I whispered. I'm done chasing ghosts. For the first time since Christmas, I slept without dreaming of them. I chose myself. And that choice felt permanent. Months passed without announcements. I didn't post progress. I didn't explain absence. I just worked. Morning, Mark said one day. You're early again. I like it quiet, I replied. He nodded. You've changed. I had to, I said. Work filled my days. Gym filled my nights. I stopped arguing with my reflection. You're stronger, I told myself. Not healed, stronger. One evening, Mark introduced me to someone after work. This is Nina Parker, he said. She handles accounts. Nice to meet you, she said calmly. Likewise, I replied. We sat with coffee. You don't talk much, she said. I listen, I answered. She smiled. That's rare. She didn't ask about my past. She didn't push. She just stayed present. That helps, I told her one day. What? She asked. You're not trying to fix me. I'm not here to, she said. I'm just here. That felt safe. I stopped checking Emma's pages. I stopped wondering what they posted. I didn't need proof anymore. Still, information found me. They look happy, a coworker said once. Traveling a lot. Good for them, I replied and meant it. Another time, someone whispered, Daniel lost his job. I shrugged. That happens. At the gym, I lifted heavier. At work, I stayed later. Why so focused? Mark asked. Because distraction costs, I said. He smiled. You're learning. Nina noticed small things. You don't flinch when your phone buzzes, she said. I trained myself, I replied. From what? From needing answers, I said. She nodded like she understood without details. One afternoon, Sarah called. You sound different. I am different, I said. Better? She asked. Quieter, I replied. That night, Nina and I walked in silence. You're not running, she said. You're rebuilding. I stopped. How can you tell? Because desperation is loud, she said. You're not. I thought about Emma's posts. Smiles. Trips. Filters. They want to be seen, I said. And you don't, Nina replied. No, I said. I just want to be solid. Cracks showed eventually. Friends mentioned arguments, money issues, blame. Funny, I muttered once. Noise hides weakness. Nina heard me. And silence? Build strength, I said. She smiled softly. I never compared her to Emma. I didn't rush labels. This isn't a replacement, I told Nina one evening. I know, she said. I wouldn't stay if it was. That honesty kept me steady. At home, I looked around the apartment. Less clutter, less ghosts. I did this, I said aloud. Not for revenge. Not for attention. For control. I checked my reflection again one night. You're not chasing, I told myself. You're choosing. The past stayed behind me, loud and desperate. My life moved forward quietly. And silence finally worked in my favor. I didn't hear it from gossip sites or late-night scrolling. I heard it while standing in line for coffee. Did you hear about Daniel? Someone behind me said. I didn't turn around. He got fired, the voice continued. Audit issue. Lying on reports. My hand tightened around the cup. That's rough, someone replied. I walked out before they finished. So that's how it starts, I said to myself. Not with drama, with truth. I didn't smile. I didn't feel joy. I felt something steadier. Later that week, Sarah called. Emma's been asking about you. I'm not available, I said. She liked your old photo, Sarah added. From years ago. I laughed softly. That's not courage. That's testing water. She also asked if you're seeing someone. And I asked? I said I didn't know, Sarah replied. Good, I said. Keep it that way. At work, Mark noticed my mood. Something happened? Nothing. I touched, I said. He nodded. That's usually the best kind. I wrestled with thoughts on the walk home. They hurt me, I told myself. And now they're hurting. Anger rose, sharp and tempting. You could enjoy this, a voice whispered. I shook my head. That keeps me tied to them. I remembered Nina's words. Desperation is loud. I chose quiet. More news trickled in. Daniel moved out. Daniel borrowed money. Daniel stopped answering calls. I didn't check. I didn't ask. Emma's name appeared more often. Likes. Comments. Mutual friends suddenly curious. Are you okay? One asked. I am, I replied. You seem calm. I worked for it, I said. One evening, Nina noticed my phone light up and go dark. You're not curious? She asked. I already know enough, I said. That takes strength, she replied. No, I said. It takes discipline. At home I paced once, restless. You deserve this, I told the air. All of it. Then I corrected myself. No, I said. You deserve peace. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. I stared. A message preview filled the screen. Too many lines. Too many words. I know I hurt you. The first line read. I turned the phone face down. Not today, I whispered. I felt anger. I felt satisfaction. I felt relief. None of them owned me anymore. I sat on the couch and breathed. Power isn't confrontation, I said. It's restraint. The message stayed unopened. Outside, the city kept moving. Inside, I stayed still. Karma didn't rush. It walked, and I let it pass me by. I knew it was her before I opened the door. My body recognized the pause, the weight in the air. Can we talk? Emma asked. I looked at her. Her eyes were red. Her hand shook. You already are, I said. She swallowed. Please, just 5 minutes. I stepped aside. Say what you came to say? She walked in slowly, like the apartment might reject her. I'm sorry, she said. I never meant to hurt you. I nodded once. You did. She flinched. I know. I think about it every day. I leaned against the wall. Why now? Because everything fell apart, she said. Daniel lost his job. We fought constantly. I lost friends. I stayed quiet. I made a mistake, she said, tears forming. I threw away something real. I felt the old anger stir, then fade. You didn't trip, I said. You chose. She cried harder. I was scared. You were steady. He was exciting. That's not an apology, I said calmly. She wiped her face. Daniel's broken, she whispered. He drinks. He blames everyone. That's not my problem, I said. She looked at me like she expected shouting. You're different. I had to be, I replied. I miss you, she said. I miss us. There's no us, I said. She stepped closer. We could try again. I shook my head. I moved on. With her, she asked. Nina? Yes, I said. And with myself. Her face collapsed. I lost everything. I met her eyes. So did I. I just rebuilt. She grabbed my arm. Please don't shut me out. I gently pulled free. I'm not shutting you out. I'm choosing myself. She sank onto the chair. I thought you'd fight for me. I did, I said. You weren't looking. Silence stretched between us. I never stopped loving you, she whispered. That's not enough, I replied. She nodded slowly. You're not angry. No, I said. I'm done. She stood, defeated. I guess this is goodbye. It already was, I said. At the door, she turned back. Will you ever forgive me? I forgave myself, I said. That's all I needed. She left without another word. I locked the door and exhaled. You didn't win, I told myself. You let go. My phone buzzed. A message from Nina. You okay? She asked. Yes, I typed. I am. I walked to the window and watched the street below. I'm free, I whispered. And for the first time the past stayed outside. I noticed the shift on an ordinary Tuesday. I walked into work steady, not searching faces for approval. Morning, Mark said. Come to my office. Sure, I replied. He closed the door. You earned this, he said. Promotion. More responsibility, more pay. I blinked. I won't waste it. I know, he said. You're reliable. I left smiling quietly. My phone buzzed. Sarah. I heard, she said. I'm proud of you. Thank you, I said. I finally feel solid. You sound like yourself, she replied. I am, I said. At lunch, a coworker whispered. Emma's a mess. I shook my head. I don't need updates. They broke up, she added. Daniel's bitter. He avoids everyone. That's their road, I said. Walking home, I checked my posture. Shoulders back. Breath calm. You're not waiting, I told myself. You're moving. Nina met me at the cafe. You look lighter, she said. I am, I replied. Nothing pulls me anymore. She smiled. That's power. I used to think power was winning, I said. And now? She asked. Respecting myself, I said. Later, Daniel appeared across the street. He saw me and turned away. I don't chase, I murmured at home. Sarah called again. I worried, she said. I won't anymore. I've got this, I said. She laughed softly. You really do. That night I sat alone with T. I don't want their pain, I said. I wanted my name back. My phone stayed quiet. No ghosts. No tests. I remembered begging. I remembered shrinking. Never again, I said. Work emails came in. Plans. Deadlines. I can handle this, I told the screen. Nina texted. Dinner tomorrow? Yes, I replied. I'll be present. I looked in the mirror. You're grounded, I said. That's enough. Outside, laughter drifted up. Somewhere, Emma replayed mistakes. Somewhere, Daniel hid. I wish you peace, I said, and meant distance. I turned off the light. The shift is permanent, I whispered. I slept without armor, without fear. I didn't need revenge. I needed me. I woke early the next day and chose routine. Coffee? Nina asked later on the phone. Yes, I said. Quiet place. At 7? Perfect, I replied. At work, Mark passed by. Keep leading, he said. I will, I answered. In the hallway. A mirror caught me. You stand taller, I said. A message arrived from an unknown number. I didn't open it. That choice is mine, I whispered. Sarah texted. Dinner Sunday? Yes, I wrote. I cook. She sent a heart. I smiled. Walking home, I passed the park. I remembered promises made there. They don't own this city, I said. At night, Nina sat beside me. You seem free, she said. I am, I replied. Because I don't explain myself anymore. She nodded. That's the shift. I breathed in, steady. I keep what I build, I said. And let the rest fade, she added. Yes, I said. I closed my eyes. Tomorrow matters, I whispered. The past stayed quiet. So did my phone. I rested. I was ready. I chose patience. I chose work. I chose love that listened. I chose boundaries. I chose myself. That's enough, I said. That morning waited. So did progress. I smiled, calm. The power stayed with me. It always would. I moved forward, steady. No applause. No audience. Just ground beneath my feet. I kept walking. I was done proving. Anything. I sat at the desk with a blank page and told myself the truth. This isn't for them, I said. This is for me. I picked up the pen. I loved you, I wrote. I trusted you. You broke that. My hand shook, then steadied. I replayed every moment, I continued. I blamed myself for choices you made. I stopped and read it out loud. That's enough, I said. Nina stood in the doorway. You okay? I'm writing, I replied. She stepped closer. A goodbye? A release, I said. She nodded. Don't soften it. I wrote again. You didn't destroy me, I said quietly. You revealed me. The words felt heavy, then light. I stayed too long, I wrote. I ignored signs. That part is mine. Nina leaned on the desk. Say that again. I forgive myself, I said. She smiled. That's the line. I kept going. I won't carry your guilt, I wrote. I won't wait for apologies. I crossed out a sentence and laughed once. No speeches, I told myself. No drama. I finished the page and folded it. I'm not sending it, I said. Good, Nina replied. Burn it or keep it. Just don't deliver it. I opened my phone. Ready? She asked. Yes, I said. I scrolled through old photos, trips, smiles, proof of a life that ended. This meant something? I said. And now? Nina asked. Now it's memory, I replied. I deleted them one by one. You're not erasing yourself, she said. I know, I replied. I'm clearing space. Messages came next. Long threads, arguments, promises. I paused. You don't know closure, Nina said. I know, I said. Then deleted them too. My phone felt lighter. I sat back. It's quiet. That's peace, she said. I held the letter again. You don't get forgiveness, I said aloud. You get distance. Nina squeezed my hand. That's allowed. I tore the letter slowly. Not revenge, I said. Release. The pieces fell into the trash. I exhaled. I don't feel empty. You feel finished, she replied. Yes, I said. Later, alone, I spoke to the room. I forgive myself for loving deeply, I said. for trusting, for staying. The words settled. I don't need answers, I continued. I don't need regret from anyone else. I lay back on the couch. The past doesn't get a vote, I whispered. My phone stayed silent. I didn't check. I didn't wait. I closed my eyes. Goodbye, I said, not to them, but to who I was. I slept easily. The next morning felt clean. I woke without weight. I chose coffee over memories. I chose today. I chose forward. And the past stayed where it belonged. Behind me. Quiet. Finished. Christmas came back without asking permission. I woke early, calm, and stayed that way. You okay? Sarah asked from the kitchen. I am, I said. Really? She smiled. That's new. Nina handed me a mug. No pressure today, she said. Perfect, I replied. We kept things small. No tree taller than me, no loud plans. Just food, quiet music, and time. Last year scared you, Sarah said. It doesn't anymore, I said. It taught me, she studied me. What did it teach? That losing people isn't losing myself, I said. Nina nodded. Say it again. I don't measure worth by who stays, I said. I measure it by who I am. We ate slowly, laughed when something burned. Let silence sit without fixing it. My phone buzzed once. Unknown number. You want to see? Sarah asked. No, I said. Not today. Nina squeezed my hand. Proud of you. After lunch, we walked outside. Cold air, clean sky. Do you miss them? Sarah asked gently. I miss who I thought I was, I said. Not them. That's honest, she replied. Back home, I wrapped a small gift for myself. A notebook. A promise. What's that? Nina asked. Plans, I said. For me, she smiled. You're different. I'm steadier, I said. Later, I sat by the window as lights came on across the street. Last Christmas, I said softly. I begged the day to pass. And now? Nina asked. Now I let it stay. I replied. Sarah stood to leave. I'll see you tomorrow. Drive safe, I said. When the door closed, the room stayed warm. You're not running anymore, Nina said. I'm home, I replied. We shared quiet. No speeches. No vows. I looked at the calendar. This date doesn't own me, I said. No date does, she answered. I thought about pain, how sharp it once felt. It's smaller, I said. It's a lesson, Nina replied. Yes, I said. Not a wound. Night settled. Snow whispered against glass. I wrote one line in the notebook. I choose myself daily. I closed it. Anything else? Nina asked. Gratitude, I said. For surviving, she leaned in, and for growing. I breathed out. I didn't lose everything, I said. I found direction. Outside, laughter echoed. Inside, peace held. Merry Christmas, Nina said. Merry Christmas, I replied. I turned off the light. The date passed quietly. So did the past. I slept without fear. I woke without regret. I was ready. I still am. Tomorrow matters, Nina said. It always did, I replied. We planned breakfast, nothing fancy, just presents. Promise me one thing, she said. What? I asked. Keep choosing yourself, she said. I will, I said. I checked the notebook again. Read it, she said. I don't need to, I replied. Why not? She asked. Because it's in me now, I said. We laughed quietly. The heater clicked. Outside. Snow kept falling. Inside, my chest stayed steady. I remembered fear and let it pass. I remembered loss and thanked it. I stood, stretched, and felt capable. This is enough, I said. Yes, she answered. I went to bed knowing tomorrow belonged to me. Christmas ended softly, without scars, without noise, with hope I trusted. I carried that hope forward, step by step, into days waiting patiently. For me alone now. Always onward. I realized it on a quiet evening, not through news or messages, but through absence. She won't forget you, Nina said, pouring tea. I don't need her to, I replied. She looked at me. You know what I mean? I did. Emma would remember me not as the man who begged, but as the man who walked away. People remember contrast, Nina continued, and you became contrast. I smiled slightly. I became unavailable. Exactly, she said. My phone buzzed. A message request. Her name? I didn't open it. She's still trying? Nina asked. Yes, I said. And still late. I sat back. She remembers safety, respect, consistency. And she lost it, Nina added. Yes, I said. By choice, I didn't feel anger. I felt clarity. She won't forget me, I said aloud. Because I didn't chase. I remembered the man I was, apologizing for breathing. Explaining pain to deaf ears. That version is gone, I said. Nina nodded. You didn't punish her. I outgrew the situation, I replied. Outside, traffic moved on. Inside, I stayed grounded. I used to think revenge meant hurting back, I said. And now? Nina asked. Now I know it means rising, I said. She smiled, quietly. Yes, I replied. I checked the mirror once more. Not searching. Just confirming. You respect yourself, I told my reflection. My phone buzzed again. Another message. Longer this time. I won't read it, I said. Nina raised an eyebrow. Never? Never, I said. Some doors stay closed. She nodded. That's maturity. I thought about Emma, her regret. Her memory of me standing calm while she unraveled. She replay that, I said, not the breakup, the indifference. That hurts more than shouting, Nina said. I know, I replied. I stood and stretched. I don't want her pain, I said. I want my peace. And you have it, Nina replied. I walked to the window. She remember me, I whispered. Because I became someone she can't reach. The thought didn't inflate me. It settled me. This isn't victory, I said. It's alignment. Nina joined me. With yourself. Yes, I said. I turned off my phone. No more chapters, I said, except the ones you write. She replied. I nodded. I didn't lose love, I said. I refined it. Nina took my hand, and you learned boundaries. Yes, I said. Finally, I breathed in slowly. I forgive who I was, I said. He tried, and you honor him, she said. I do, I replied. I set the phone aside, face down, permanently. She remember me, I said one last time. Not because you stayed, Nina replied, but because I left, I finished. We stood there quietly. No applause. No regret, just a man who chose himself, and never looked back. The story ended without revenge. It ended with growth. With calm. With control. With me. That was enough. Always had been.